Hi everybody, in this video I'm going to talk about shifting our demand when we are at the equilibrium. This is our downward slope demand. This is my original demand. That's why I'm calling it D1. You can go with D0 and then call your new demand D1. You can go with DD prime. It's just up to you. And then this is our upward slope supply. The intersection of our demand and supply is our market equilibrium. Since our demand is going to shift or change, I'm going to call this equilibrium number 1. From this equilibrium, I can get my equilibrium price. We're going to show it with P star. Since again, I will shift my demand and I will have a new equilibrium. I will have a new equilibrium price, a new equilibrium quantity. So I'm calling this price P star 1. And then we have one quantity, and that will be our equilibrium quantity, Q star. And it's coming from our equilibrium number 1, so I'm going to call it Q star 1. Let's say our demand here is increasing. Let's say people's income is going up or people's preferences is changing, so they're going to demand more of this whatever product we're talking about here, whatever market we're talking about here. So demand is increasing. We know that whenever the demand is increasing, our demand curve will shift rightward. I just want to show you in this video what we mean by rightward shift or leftward shift. So this is our initial demand. Rightward shift when demand is going up means that we are going to shift our demand curve on the right hand side of our original demand. So this is the increase in demand. We are shifting our demand to the right hand side of our original demand. So this is our new demand, and I'm going to call it D2. Nothing happened here in to our supply. Later on, we're going to shift the demand and supply both at the same time. But in this example, the supply is not shifting, is not changing. It's the same as before. The only thing that is changing is our demand. So we're no longer, since we have a new demand at this equilibrium, we have a new equilibrium which is coming from the intersection of our supply, which did not change, and our new demand. I'm calling the new demand D2. So we have a new equilibrium. I'm going to call this number 2, equilibrium number 2. So we're not going to have the P star 1 as our equilibrium price. We're not going to have our Q star 1 as our equilibrium quantity, because we have a new equilibrium. At this equilibrium, as you can see, price is P star 2, which is higher than the original price. Our quantity is also Q star 2, which is bigger than our Q star 1. The reason that we see this higher price is the shortage in this market. We have shortage. As a result, the price should go up. Supply is fixed, is not shifting anywhere. But since the price is changing, by law of supply, if you do not remember law of supply, definitely review the supply and the law of supply. The price is increasing, so the quantity supplied will change. Price is going up. Law of supply tells us that there is a positive relationship between price and quantity. So basically, our quantity is going up at the new equilibrium because the quantity supplied is increasing. Again, price is changing. Supply is not going to shift, but the quantity supplied will go up. So price is going up at the new equilibrium, so the quantity supplied, or QS, will increase. That can explain why we have a higher quantity at the new equilibrium, and shortage as a result of higher demand can explain why we have more price at the new equilibrium, higher price at the new equilibrium. You can think about the decrease in demand as the time that we shift the demand to the left-hand side of our original demand. It would be exactly the opposite of higher demand. So if the demand decreases, we have a leftward shift. The demand will shift on the left-hand side of D1. We will have a completely new demand, new equilibrium. At the new equilibrium, price will go down and quantity will go down as well. Price this time will decrease because of the surplus. People are not interested in buying our product, so that's why we have a lower demand. So price will drop because we will have a surplus of that product. The quantity at the new equilibrium will be also lower because this time the quantity supplied will go down because of lower price. So this is the law of supply, which is again movement along the supply. Okay, so I hope that you find this video helpful about shifting the demand at the equilibrium.